This is the Healthology Experts, where we talk about the art and science of health and longevity. I'm Dr. Traveler, and thank you for joining us. Hey guys, today's episode is brought to you by our Healthology Experts Weight Loss Accelerator Program. It's really 5 components, really quick, we'll go through. It's the Contour Light. It's a device that pumps energy into the body and helps you to just be healthier and lose inches. It's our peptides, so it's the semaglutide injections. It's the STIKU scan. It's the coaching for diet and exercise, and then coaching for lifestyle. And if you look at those things, it's like something to just make you overall more healthy, make you feel better, something to help you lose the weight that you've been struggling to lose. For many people, that's a challenge. Something to track your results and really track them really well. Something to change your habits, your eating and exercise habits, and then something to change and help you have a better mindset. Okay, so with those 5 things, our Healthology Expert Weight Loss Accelerator Program has been successful for helping so many people, and we hope that if that's a challenge for you, that it can help you as well. So brought to you by that, and enjoy the episode. Hey you guys, this is Dr. Traveler, and this is hopefully the last one, the pre-recorded. I'm wearing the same thing because it's just like one thought after another. Pre-recorded before I left for Brazil. And so I am currently, right now, I'm obviously here filming, but when this gets released, it will be kind of towards the end. I will have been kind of finishing up my trip, a 17-day trip with my 17-year-old son to go down and do some service in Brazil. We're helping to add on to a school, and you know, it's just, I know it's going to be a great experience, and when this gets released, I will be able to share more of those. I'll try and share what I can on social media, but I'll be a little bit limited. But anyway, just wanted to give a quick thought for the podcast. Again, my last thought last week was on consistency and being consistent. So I wanted to make sure that we had this pre-recorded and pre-set so that it would just automatically launch while I was in Brazil. But you know, I go to a few different groups for networking. I like networking, not just to drum up business per se, but also for those relationships. And I'm part of a group called, a few different groups. I got a BNI group, and I've talked about, you know, what I've learned of 2 weeks previous. I talked about what someone from BNI had shared with me. That's Business Networking International. And then I'm in another group called Trustegrity, and I'm the discussion leader. And so I put out the discussion, and I talked about a little bit of a panic because, you know, I'm self-employed. This is Healthology Experts is my business, and I've got to pay the bills whether I'm here or not. Those bills still come in, and so I was kind of I was nervous. You know, I was nervous about leaving for that length of time, and I just was having a hard time wrapping my mind around that professionally. So I kind of threw that out there. And to be honest, for some of the members, they didn't help me a ton because they were like, "Oh, I'm the worst at that. Like, I'll only take small vacations," and which I do like, and that's what I've typically done is shorter vacations and just more frequent. But that wasn't an option for this. And you know, my son, he could have. In fact, we offered to him, and we wanted him to kind of go do this on his own. And I was a missionary in Brazil, and so he is a thoughtful kid, and hopefully it looks like he still likes his dad. And so he invited me to go with him on this trip, and I was more than excited to be able to do that with him, even though I was a little bit nervous. And there was a guy from the Trustegrity group, Orion, and there were lots of different thoughts, but the one that's really, you know, that stuck with me a lot, and I don't know where he heard this. He didn't claim to be the originator of it, but I'm going to credit Orion for this thought because I'd never heard of this. And that is, you know, in life we have many responsibilities, and for a lot of us, those responsibilities are, work. We have these work relationships, and we have family relationships. And he said, in life, it's like we're holding two separate a ball in each hand, and but one ball is rubber, and the other ball is glass. And he said, the work ball is rubber, and what happens if you drop a rubber ball? It bounces. And so he just said, if you have to drop that for a little while. So in this example, he's like, you're going to be gone for 17 days, and that is you have to drop the work ball. The work ball will drop, but he said, a rubber ball will bounce. And so, it'll sink for a little bit, and then it will bounce back. And I have full trust that in my staff, they're great. The office will still be open. We're still running a lot of things, but in a little ways that ball is going to drop, but it will bounce back. And I know that will happen. But he said the other ball is glass, and that's your family. And if you drop a glass ball, it shatters. And that again struck me really in a profound way. I knew that that you got to take care of your family. I've got my oldest son is married. Kids grow up. We have these relationships. I have a wonderful wife, and I probably don't support her as much as I ought to, but I try, and we spend time together. But I just thought, this is a great opportunity for me to just hold tight onto that glass ball and not let it fall. I don't want the family ball to shatter. And so that's I would say the primary reason why I took this opportunity to go to Brazil with my son and serve the amazing people in Brazil who are just, I'm so excited again to go back and be with those amazing Brazilian people. I just think the world of them, and but especially to share that experience with my son. And I don't want to let that glass ball drop. So that's today's thought. You're holding two balls, and one ball in each hand, and one is rubber. Don't know if that's work or maybe it's other responsibilities that you may have, but the other one, that family ball, is glass. And you don't want to let that drop, because if it drops, it shatters. And so that's this week's thought on the short little podcast. Hopefully, by the time I get back, I will have been able to schedule. I don't have them scheduled. I should probably schedule an interview, but we're going to get back to pulling people in and hearing their perspectives, so you don't have to hear me every week. But that's this week's thought, is make sure to not let that glass ball drop. All right, you guys, this is Dr. Traveler, and I am signing out. All right, thanks for listening today. Hey, if you could please go on, subscribe, make a comment, go on to all the other social media. Go on to Facebook, Instagram, go on to TikTok, search for Healthology Experts. It really helps us to grow and push this message. And if you gain value from this, then go on and please participate. We try to get to all of the questions or anything that you have, any responses or comments. So go, subscribe, do all the stuff that helps us. All right, guys, see ya.